Good morning, my friends. How's everyone today? It's Sunday, December 10th, and this is week 49 that we've just completed on our 1,000 pond challenge. And we're doing so well with it that I just wanted to take you over here and show you. I hope this is I'm going to be in your frame, but I just wanted to talk to you about some of the things that we went through and saved, and by we I mean me. Although I've had my husband, who is my helper, has helped me with quite a bit of this. First of all, he cuts the grass, so any grass that came along uh, was his doing. My neighbor up the street has a bigger lot, and he saved his grass for us. We probably have maybe one more cutting. Not sure. I don't. His grass doesn't look like it's grown any, but we're expecting rain this evening. So if that happens, then we might get another. We have 3 weeks left, and we've done really well. I've kept a daily log, and for those of you who have followed me, I really do appreciate it. I thank you very much, and so I'll just toss that over here. But I wanted to talk to you about some of the things that I've saved. And before I go any further, today is Rick's birthday. So, he made it to 73. And we have seen people who have not made it that far. And so, happy birthday to a very special guy. He's a good man. But anyway, on recycling. If we use the world gently, we will have it longer. Just like if you take care of yourself, chances are you'll be here longer. So in that vein, I started this recycling challenge just to prove that I could recycle 1,000 pounds of just stuff, things that normally would go into the trash was mainly it. Along the way, we have recycled since, in the early years when they started recycling, and I've been recycling since the early 70s when it wasn't very fashionable. But now it's all the different things that you can recycle. You can recycle your cardboard. You can recycle your leaves. You can take your cardboard and shred it. And all the things that you can either put in your worm bin, if you have a worm bin. If you don't have a worm bin and you have a compost pile, certainly all of these different things can be recycled in that. If you don't have any of those, if you have potted plants, you can do additives to your potted plants that would enrich them. And if you just have, coffee grounds, tea bags, anything that you can divert from either going down the garbage disposal and back into the water system or back into your trash. So that was really what I wanted to talk to you about. I'm going to back off here a little bit and just stand over here and show you some of the things. Hang on just one sec. And I'm back. And I wanted to do it from this side this week and just say to you that I don't know if my head's going to be cut off, but any of your cereal boxes, these plastic liners make a great, if you're putting stuff in your freezer and you're worried about something smelling, it's airtight. It is in here. It keeps your cereal fresh. Why wouldn't it like this? Put a little clothespin on it. You can go to the dollar store and buy those clothespins that, just clamp on. It doesn't have to be a fancy schmancy chip clip. So don't let money be your excuse for why you can't do it. Crackers, chips that's stale. If your pantry has anything that's staling, you can use it either, again, either in your, you can even put it in a pot and plant things. It's amazing that things like ground oatmeal is really actually something good for to be put in your soil. Not a lot, but your bacteria gets in there and it has something to eat. I save my eggshells. I use it in my worm bins, but I can also soak it in water and get the calcium out of it and use that and the grounds and the pulverized shell in my stuff. I save my leaves, my flowers. You can dig them back into your soil. I have friends who they dig a trench and they put all of this in the trench and cover it. And those plants that are, you know, their roots are feeding off of it do so much better. So, banana peels. Take your banana peels. Don't throw them away. If you want to soak them in water, the potassium is kind of leached out into the water, and you can use that in your plants. If you have popsicle sticks, cork, those are natural products. If you have leaves, if you have shredded cardboard, this is the time of year, of course, paper towels and toilet paper rolls. I don't know why any of us throw them away anymore. Egg cartons, if you have the cardboard type of egg carton, great things to do. I wanted to talk to you about something that sometimes manufacturers actually get on board. I'm going to sit down here a minute. Manufacturers actually get on board. We learn. It's a learning process. Somebody says, let's recycle. And I had a neighbor once, we were living up in North Florida, and they used to have like a dumpster site, and people would just drive by this, and it was like 8 big dumpsters. And everyone in that community would come, and that's where they'd throw their trash. Of course, you could always find kittens, puppies, you know, because people who don't care just throw away anything, but that's another story. Anyway, the lady that I was talking to, I said something about, oh, I'm so glad to hear that they're actually going to have a recycling dumpster that you can put, you know, your newspaper and cardboard and that sort of thing in. And she just laughed. She said, oh, that'll never take off. Nobody's ever going to do it. And now, in that community, which I won't mention the name, that community, they actually have separate, you know, you can have your trash picked up and you can have separate dumpsters. So we're learning. Sometimes the lesson isn't caught on by all. As I've told you, I have a neighbor who still throws out his pizza boxes in with his recycling, and I go, you know, it's probably, you know, if it doesn't get caught in the chute going down, then they have to dump the whole thing, which is such a shame. But one little thing I wanted to tell you. This is the type of coffee that we drink. It's Folgers Black Silk. I think any of the Folgers that come in these bigger ones, and even the smaller little 1-pounders. This is painted on, okay? You can't get that off. But I've seen this now. This is the one that is just the smaller size, and it comes with a little paper, a plastic paper wrap, so that you can actually cut that, and that can be recycled. I'm guessing that they figure that maybe you might want to use it as a little, you know, as a little cookie thing that you could give as a present, or maybe use it in some fashion. I use these for my worm castings. They're great. This size holds close to 2 pounds, and this size holds like 3.5, almost 4 pounds. However, there's always a however, on this, I don't have my eyes on, there's a little sign here that says recycling, our little green thing that looks like, you know, three little things hugging each other. And here it says the can, recycle. The paper, there's a recycling and a line through it. Now, how many people do you think are going to put this out and take the time to cut this off? This wasn't hard. I used a knife and slid it up there and it was fine, but most people, if they are good enough to recycle, they're not going to think about looking at the little sign that says, I wonder if that little plastic thing is recyclable. So when mine go, if I choose to put them in recycling, I will take that off. Just like I've started taking off the paper from my canned goods to make sure that the only thing that's going out in those cans, and they are, excuse me, they are a tin can, steel, excuse me, not tin, they're steel, and they can be recycled again and again and again. It's not like paper that you use once and they say, well, 90% recycled paper, and if you put it back, maybe it's being recycled again, I don't know. So those are just all my tips for the week. I'm not trying to badger anybody. I am just thrilled that I have as many people watching these videos as I do, and most of the time it's only 50 or 60, but at least it's 50 or 60 more than if I didn't do these videos. And I don't know if I'm going to continue it next year, but if I do, I have some thoughts on how I could, in my own life, recycle a few more things. As a matter of fact, is this the one? Yep, Rick came home, still has a little dirt on it. Rick was retrieving mail, and the mailman had left something in our box that belonged 2 doors down. So he walked it down, and he walked back and he said, look what I found for your recycling. And it was laying in the street. So even the old dog, who's 73 today, can learn new tricks. And so I hope you find that funny. But anyway, time to reveal. And the reveal is that this week we got 42 pounds, 12.2 ounces. The main thing that I picked up this week was I have, let's see, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 25 pounds of that 42 pounds elm leaves. 25 pounds of elm leaves fell off that tree. I'm out there scooping them up and sweeping them up. I'm sure the neighbors think, why isn't she just throwing them away or blowing them into something? So 42 pounds. Our total now is it was 1,815 pounds as of week 48. So week 49 brings us to 1,858 pounds, 2.2 ounces. So let's just see who we knocked off the list this time. Why, I see it right here. This is Jane from Rockin' Worms. If you haven't watched her channel, you're missing something. She is a hoot. And she has good science knowledge. But Jane guessed 1,835 pounds. So sorry, Jane, we're knocking you off the list. Maybe if I do it next year, you might guess higher. Now we have GBL, the old church, 5-acre homestead. That's Gary, and he guessed 1,870. I'm coming for you, Gary. And last but not least is Nick the gardener, and he guessed 2,000. I don't know if we'll get there, but I think if we do, we need to maybe go between the 1,870 and the 2,000, and not just automatically give it to Nick. I got to work for him to earn it. So that was it. That's it for my week. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful week. I gave Rick a birth week, so I had all of his beers and presents. Everything was on this table. I had to move everything off so I could do this display for you for the 49th time. That alone might get me to quit. But if again, if you are want to see it, I will continue doing it. So I hope everybody has a great day. I hope you have a great Sunday and a great week ahead. Stay blessed, everyone. Stay happy. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas as a holy day, I hope you celebrate it as a holiday. So with that, I will say good cheer to everyone. Garden what you've got and come back and see me again real soon. Bye bye.